pin drop. There is a Tom connection. First thing is Tom, not you, Tommy, but Tom. Wow, that really pounded on my head. I have to give you the number 16. I think I'm on this side of the room. I have a 16 connection, which would be a birthday, anniversary, could even be January 6th. There's also a May connection, so it doesn't mean May 16th, it could be May 16th, but they give it to me separately. I'm definitely on this side of the room. I have a father energy that comes to me first. I get cancer in the stomach area, which would be liver, colon, prostate. There's a big T name like Tom, Tim. Doesn't mean that it's him, could be somebody within the family. He also wants me to acknowledge the 2 girls, so he would have 2 daughters here that I would have to acknowledge. 2 daughters. Do you understand this? Do we have a microphone? Oh, you're right on top of the box. There's also, this is definitely dad to me. This is definitely dad to me. Do you understand that?
Yes.
He's going to be really quick. He just stopped by to say hello, so he's kind of cool. He's a very powerful energy. Very powerful energy. I get either prostate or colon cancer. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And he has 2 daughters here.
Yes.
Are you torn apart, the 3 of you?
A little bit.
You know, they want us all to get along. Because what happens is we don't get along here, we literally get stuck with them on the other side. It's kind of like a punishment. And I really truly believe that sometimes. Who would have a nickname like Sunny, Sunshine?
Sunny Boy was my brother.
Sunny Boy? Is he also passed?
No.
Okay, why is they give me a feeling like he doesn't exist?
I have no idea.
Is it like that with you? Does he not exist for you?
Rarely.
Okay, what's Arizona mean to you also?
That was where my father-in-law was when he passed.
Okay, I remember the word in-law doesn't exist on the other side, so if I come to you and say your dad's coming through and you're like, your dad's living, it could be your ex-father-in-law you didn't even like. So, he keeps giving me this. This is always a sign of a military gentleman on the other side, military funeral, so I don't know if that's dad or father-in-law, but I have to acknowledge the military connection. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have the flag, the diamond-shaped flag?
My husband does, yes.
Okay, and did you just move it, clean it, touch it?
No.
Sure?
Positive.
I bet you did.
I bet you did.
Okay. Another thing is they'll bring up things, and I don't remember about saying this, but with me, they're very big on bringing up things that you did over the past 2 weeks. It's kind of creepy, but kind of cool. It's their way of validating that you're with you. It's something you bought at the grocery store or a conversation you had. So, what is significant with amusement parks in roller coasters?
We just came back from Orlando.
That's a huge connection. And I just said the past 2 weeks. So. Now, who's Alfred?
Bill Alfred.
Why are you laughing?
Aloysius, or Aloy.
Okay, that's good for me. That works. Who would that be?
Well, Aloysius is my father.
Okay, he's definitely the connection. And I would never get that name. So, he brings up the month of April, which we're in, so there has to be something very significant with the month of April. Just keep that in mind, you'll figure it out later. Remember, I have the in-laws here too.
Okay.
Now, that whole thing that I said earlier about faith,
Yes.
you need that.
Okay.
You need to just bring it into your life a little more. In yourself. Sometimes it's just faith in yourself and know that you're a good person. And you're not where you're supposed to be in life right now. That's why life is a little chaotic for you. Do you understand that?
Yes.
It's a spiritual thing. You're supposed to be on a spiritual path. You're here to help other people. Once you start doing that a little more, life will smooth out. And you know this, but you're kind of fighting it.
Yes.
So go with the flow, and that's what he's here to tell you, give you that direction in your life. He won't tell me any more than that, because when you're on a spiritual level, they don't give me much for people on spiritual levels. It's one of the things you got to figure out on your own. But you're here to help other people. You might not make a lot of money doing it, but you'll make a lot of love, a lot of happiness in your heart, and that's more fulfilling than any amount of money in the world. So he's very proud of where you're going to be. Very proud of where you're going to want to be. Now, I also have to acknowledge Mom for you, so I believe she would be passed also?
Oh, yes.
Okay. She just kind of waddled in the door. She's late, so she had to be late for everything that she ever did. Now, who would be Kathy?
My sister-in-law.
Still living?
Yes.
Okay, who's the breast cancer survivor or cancer survivor?
My aunt.
Okay, I got to acknowledge her from a gentleman on the other side that would be like a husband to her.
Father?
Could be.
Okay.
Is she divorced?
No.
Okay, where's the divorce in the family going on right now? Or are you divorced?
My son. He's getting divorced.
Okay, thumbs up on that.
Really?
It's time for him to move on, you know? You know, sometimes we have more than one soulmate in this lifetime. People are all about finding their soulmates, and they don't realize that we can have 5 of them in a lifetime. So it's time for him to move in a different direction, because he's also on a spiritual journey.
Did you get that?
She got it. Is there a Karen or a Kay?
My niece?
Okay, did Dad not get to know her?
Oh, no. My grandson, Keith.
Okay.
And he did not get.
Oh, but he does. He does. So I have to acknowledge this. And he's rambunctious. He's like energetic. He's like all over. Good luck with him. Good luck with him. He brings up 24, something to do with the number 24, birthday. Okay. So he's all here just to point out that the chaos will settle down a little soon. Just get on that spiritual path, do a little volunteer work. This is what he's asking you to do. And once you get on the right track, things will work out for you. He's also talking about your diet, changing, not diet like lose weight diet, but the food that you partake every day, the food that you eat. You need to change what you're eating because it's making you tired all the time. There's also a B12 deficiency within your system. So take a multivitamin before bed every night, B12, or take just a multivitamin, because I don't feel like it's severe, but enough that it's making you tired and weary and stressful. And you only need to do that for about 6 weeks, and then you should be on track with the B12. So do the supplement B12, because he shows me the bottle. He's just looking out for you. I don't know what Mom's doing. She's just standing there.
Bridget Strange?
Who's Bridget? Bridget, Brian, BR. I think I might be switching.
Okay.
Just hold that thought. Don't put the mic down, not done yet, because he's still standing there. Who's Stan?
It's my husband's little niece.
Okay, and your husband's still with us?
Yes.
Okay, I have to acknowledge him, and this is coming from the father-in-law that's passed. He's very big on Stan. So, he tells me he has 5 dogs with him. I'm not seeing the dogs, but he has 5 dogs with him. So this is a way of ensuring for you that the pets are over there also, because you recent means within 2 years, put a pet to sleep. And he's letting you know that it was okay to do that the pets have it made because they get the opportunity to be put down, where sometimes people should have that opportunity.
I agree.
So I agree too. Dr. Kevorkian should go into business.
Absolutely.
But, because, I gotta go back for a second. Sometimes there's not suffering like you think there's suffering. So I don't know, I think it might be what Mom was very ill at the end, and it looked like there was a lot of suffering, and she was in a coma. This could still be with Dad. Who was in like the unconscious state of mind?
My father was.
Okay, a lot of times they leave their body and they stand right there most of the time, and they watch everything that's going on around them, and it's also their way of not feeling pain, agony, or suffering. So that would be the case with Dad. He's very aware that you were holding his hand, talking to him in the hospital, and that you gave him permission to pass. So thank you for giving me permission to pass, he says. Really important. Sometimes you just got to tell him, yeah, I would leave. There's no reason for you to be here anymore. Go home. And home will be the other side. He says, thank you for coming today. I don't think that you were going to come today.
I thought about not coming.
Okay, well, that's what he says. I don't argue with him. They're always right. But he just wanted to give you a little bit of healing in your life today, a little bit of validation, just a little bit to make things better for you. Just know that they're all okay over there. Mom's just waving in the background because Dad won't let her talk.
That's changed.
I was just going to say, she probably was the talker. And you know what happens with me is the men love, when they get to the other side, most of them don't believe it. And when they get the opportunity and I get all the information correct, they love it. So they jump on it and they don't let anybody else talk. So just, he says, thank you for everything that you did with the whole proceedings of the funeral. Don't worry about what you did. Like, you're all worried still about the whole cemetery thing. Just don't worry about it, he says. Everything was fine. So thank you. So, yeah, he's done. He turns around and he drags Mom.